Marketing should be about helping you to define what you're going to do differently to get expected results. Branding. What can I do for you? Or what I would call the 80-20 rule. This marketing is not just about gaining new clients. It is about gaining new clients, but it's also about making sure you get the value out of your existing client list. 80% of your business will come from 20% of your clients. You will still have to market them. And by taking these kind of steps that I'm going to sort of try to run you through, it should aid you to do that. It'll also bring in new clients and help you to develop. Or if your focus for the year ahead is sustainability in its true sense of just, look, we've got to get through the next 12 months, it'll help that too. The best way to think about a brand is to describe it as a person. As a sole practitioner, that's very handy because that isolation effect you have of hello wall can actually mean that you actually can start thinking about your practice as a third party. So that's the first element. That's what you have to try and do, is evolve what your brand, what your company represents in brand terms or in personality terms. As you're developing an understanding of where your brand or how your brand should react or who it should be or how it can be, you've got to try and think about it in terms of, look, my practice has some strengths. It has some weaknesses. That the weakness could be just because, you want to go into debt collection arena, or you want to go into conveyancing, but you don't quite have the absolute raw expertise. Okay, how do you address that? Do you skill up or etc.? But while you're going through that strengths, weaknesses analogy, and while you're going to say, where are the opportunities? Where is the marketplace going to? Where do we create our point of difference? You've got to always consider about the external. Sitting in your own offices, whether it's a collective or individual, it's the starting point to think about how you think. You've got to start thinking about your clients. So the first thing to do is think in terms of product. Why is it product? Because ultimately, even though you might think to yourself, the same person in their life cycle might need conveyancing and they might need probate. At the time of which they need that particular product from you, their mindset is different, their requirements are different, what they're looking for is different. That is why it's important to think in terms of product. You've got to think of what that product represents and how the person who wishes to come and engage with you on that product, how they're thinking. Marketing is about the emotional connection you make with people. You need to also define the benefits of your product. In our classic world of marketing, it's called the USP, unique selling points. Really, it's the benefits. Why would a person want to engage with you? Why are you different? And really, if you look at all the great branding tactics that have happened of getting a message across, it revolves the rhythm of three. Everything works on a rhythm because us as little human beings take things in threes, he says in a very Irish way, in a much greater way. So actually, when you're trying to get you're defining your message, when you're trying to push those key things, really you've got three bullet points to really engage with people. The rest becomes the background noise to them. You need to look at it as a 12-month. The whole idea of this is sustainability. The only way you're going to get your marketing to work is to look at it in a 12-month cycle. It is something that needs to be done consistently. Again, to use a statistic, it takes on average 6, 7, 8 times for a message to get into someone's head for them to actually hear it. Your marketing has to be a consistent 12-month process with peaks of activity appropriate to the peaks of the business you're looking for. If you're looking to do business with businesses, the B2B environment, networking should be an integral part of your process. You have to have a website. You have to have an expression of what you represent. The vast majority of you should have, I would anticipate, a LinkedIn profile. You need to have that, and you need to have that linked up with your website. So why would I use email marketing? Well, I would use email marketing for the very simple fact that even if someone hits the delete button, they've seen my name, they've seen my brand. It pops into. If I am really good at what I do, I'll make sure that the subject box really appeals to them, because that's your battleground. I will get and expect a 20% open and read rate. And two key figures are unique visitors and bounce rate.